welcome again to the Highly OK podcast. We know it's been a while that we've put any podcasts up. It's been a hectic couple of weeks for us. It's been a hectic couple of weeks around the world, especially in Rojava. With everything that's been going on, it's been, sad for all of us. Most Kurds, all of us, not only just us, but most Kurds have done actually a really good job of raising awareness for the Kurdish cause and what's going on in Rojava, and I've been really proud of that. But the reason I'm bringing that up is there's something that's going on, a community charity that we'd like to share with you all. Arez Aso is actually running the whole thing. We might even have a podcast with him soon. But the point is we've done really well on social media to do our part, and I think it's a good thing for us to actually make this help materialize as well in the real world by actually giving tangible goods away, things that we might not need but others will need it a lot more than us. So for example, what they've been collecting is children's diapers and milk, food, medical supplies, cleaning and hygiene items, and any amount of money. The number that you can contact to donate to this charity will be below. You'll see it. And do your part. We're going to do our part. Any spare clothing as well would be nice. And let's see what we can do on that front. And, we're getting towards Halloween as well. So on that note, there's something going on that we've been in contact with, the way we can help you help others as well. Beats in Sully. If you remember, Ellen came on our podcast recently. Well, not recently because we've been so quiet for so long. Ellen's a DJ for Beats in Sully, and they're running a Halloween party on November 1st, and 50% of all the funds that have been raised for this party, that will be raised for this party, will go towards the people in need in Rojava. Now, if you use the Highly OK code, once you give them a call, they'll give you a 5,000 discount, so from 15,000 to 10,000. So do that, and then you'll be able to first of all, get a discount, but at the same time, be able to have a good time and feel good about having a good time as well. We're back. Highly OK podcast. Aya and San are back with us as well. Thank you so much for coming back, Aya.
Thank you.
So we'll talk a bit about what's been going on, let's talk a bit about what's been going on, because you told me about this, right?
Yeah.
So the Halloween, there's going to be a couple Halloween parties. One on the 31st.
Everyone's all over the city, but at these times of the year, during Christmas, during the Halloween time, people are gonna criticize each other for going to these parties. They're gonna slut shame each other. They're gonna have a problem. Just try to have a say in whatever is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And just as usual, when this party was advertised, I went on Facebook and I saw the comments. And 95% of the comments were just talking about how these kinds of stuff are not compatible with our culture, how these people are sluts are going. They were saying, and it's always you can't avoid having people like that. But the fact of the matter is, it's just another kind of release that every city needs to have. And I think it's a perfectly healthy way to spend your time. And going to a party like this one, you're going to be helping others by, because your money is going to be going to somewhere good. And it's going to be a very safe place because usually they have really good security.
I haven't
been. You came last time, so there was really good security. You don't feel like you're in trouble when you go there.
And besides, it's really fun.
Everyone's just minding their own
but that's
business.
not what the Islamic people think, right?
They
think it's too much fun.
It's just conservative, But yeah, I don't like how that's going on, but I don't think that should discourage people from going out there and having.
So what was it? Is this the Beats in Sully one that had a picture of someone with their nipples out?
No, that was the other one.
Oh, they didn't have their nipples out. They had their nipple taped. Yeah. I mean, thing is, there's no surprise that that's gonna be, it's gonna be controversial. But at the same time, it's very brave of them, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, if I go to that party, I'm in a great place for bad things to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're always scared. At those times, you're like, what if a shooting happens?
Yeah, what if somebody decides we're doing too much now?
Yeah. But at the same time, apparently they have good security. So
Yeah. Speaking of like just living in constant fear,
yeah,
social media has been messed up, man. It's honestly been giving me anxiety just going on Twitter mostly.
Yeah. I mean, it gives you an anxiety going on Twitter. And imagine hearing bombs.
Exactly. I'm privileged just like waking up in my own bed, just, being safe and just seeing these retweets. Other people, like other Kurds, are living it. But at the same time, it's been very, like the support has been very overwhelming, just worldwide this time.
You know what's funny? Like, I guess a blessing in disguise. But the fact that Kurds are getting so much attention, like it's never been like this before. Before if you'd go to another country and say, "Oh, I'm Kurdish," and I'd go to speak to a foreigner, they'd be like, okay, where is Kurdistan?" But now you'd expect them to know. Do you know what I mean?
The U.S. Senate has been divided over like the Kurds for the past, like they've been against Trump for the past few weeks. It's crazy. Like where the topic, like the main topic.
I think
you're triggered already.
I think it was just a good way to measure, like for some people that didn't realize how terrible Trump is. I think it was a great opportunity for them to see how really terrible he is.
Yeah.
Because it got to a point, like it was something that you can relate to, something that affected you like directly.
Yeah.
And I think
the funny thing was, I actually liked Trump for his foreign policy, and it turned out the whole contradiction here is that I liked him because he said he was going to get out of the Middle East, get out of wars, and him actually doing that affected us in a terrible way.
Started over.
But the thing that pissed me off the most is that he could have just left his troops there without
because they weren't fighting.
Yeah,
they
weren't fighting.
They were just symbolically there. That's the thing that I'm pretty sure he's smart enough to understand as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the fact that I think he's just picking this job up like, day by day. He's still learning. Like the Kurds are getting international support. It's been overwhelming and it's been fucking beautiful. Like Kurds all over the world, and not only Kurds, also politicians. Just like people from the U.S. Senate have been very supportive of the Kurds and like trying to sound their concerns and trying to do something positive to reverse their president's decision.
I think talking about it is great and stuff, people knowing about the Kurds, but people are just talking about it. Nobody's doing anything really. And it's really confusing at the moment because one day you see like Trump talking with Turkey and
it's so confusing.
And then the SDF leader talks with Russia, then with America.
Yeah, thanking them like
we don't know what's happening.
I mean, I think it's great diplomacy from his side.
Of course.
But I mean, it's great. But honestly, just being a bystander, just watching this from here and like trying to follow the news, you're so like, I'm talking for myself.
Yeah, it's confusing because it's Trump.
I'm like, who's the bad guy here? Like, who's the good guy? Who's trying to kill me now? Like, what's going on? Like, that's been me for the past 2 days, and I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I'm just hoping someone somewhere gets to make a decision that's that just stops all the killing of those innocent people. Like,
well, the thing is, even if they make a decision to stop the killing, like the ceasefire, it's still terrible because it's either you give up your land or you die.
Cleansing. Yeah.
The worst part is the damage has been done. Like a lot of people have died. Chemical weapons have been used.
And they've been displaced as well.
So
many people.
It's ridiculous. Like whether Trump goes back on it now or not, he's lost us. He's lost the average Kurds, support for him and the Kurdish government. I hope we'll never forget this again. But
I hope so.
Yeah.
But don't you think he's also lost credibility with like everyone else, like all the international community?
He should have lost it a long time ago. Like everyone, you could see this man. Like he's like that. Why would you expect anything different?
That guy backtracks and spin on his word like more than a ballerina, bro.
He had so many business projects that he lied to people in. Why would they think as a president he wouldn't do the same?
I don't know. And you never think Trump is terrible until something he does directly affects you. And I think that's the crazy thing about him. Like, it's funny for us sometimes to just watch U.S. politics. Like, you try to defend him sometimes or justify whatever the fuck. I swear.
It's alright.
It's okay.
Whatever he's doing, but it just took one phone call to change the lives of hundreds.
It sounds
thousands actually.
It sounds pretty hypocritical that as soon as he does something against the Kurds, that I start thinking, okay, this guy's a bit of a waste man.
Honestly, if he had done anything like that to any race or ethnicity, it's terrible.
I think foreign policy wise, this is the dumbest movie he's made so far.
Yeah.
Maybe he's made more domestic moves domestically that were bad as well, but that's debatable. At the end of the day, things seem to be cooling down just a bit more. Like, we're not seeing the videos of bombings as badly as they were at first.
It's a ceasefire, yeah.
There's a ceasefire right now. Hopefully things go on for the better. But yeah, like the Senate, for example, Lindsey Graham, someone who everyone despises, most people on the right and most people on the left, everyone tends to agree with him now.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. This guy is the biggest warmonger out there.
Yeah.
And now I see myself on his side. It's
crazy.
Why
I'm looking for his tweets when
exactly.
I'm like...
Why is it that man that's telling the truth and like speaking so loudly about this?
It's like you said, the simulation has been messed up. Like,
yeah, someone pressed something on the simulation machine.
Yeah, it makes me wonder, because the only other person significant in US politics that actually was for what Trump done was Rand Paul.
Exactly, it's crazy. I sent you something, I think, on Twitter today.
Yeah.
Is he the young one? Like,
he's Ron Paul's son, but Ron Paul.
I saw, man. That was so disappointing. Because it can be justified if you don't know the whole fact of the story, but like, you should know better. And
the thing is, they think the average American doesn't really want American taxpayer money to be spent in places like this.
Yeah, they're not.
But the whole problem was the green light. You gave the green light to Turkey.
Not just that. Trump says we're taking our troops home. That's what he wants the American person to believe. But the thing is, he's not taking his troops home. He sent some to Iraq.
He's relocating them.
Yeah, he sent some to Saudi Arabia. And you know what?
He sold them to Saudi Arabia.
Why did he send them back to Iraq? They're on their way back to their home, supposedly. But like, he's always said things about how he should take the oil. Yeah. I genuinely believe that's what he's trying to do. Yeah. But that's just a conspiracy theory.
He really focused on that in his last speech, like his latest speech. He was like, we've secured the oil, we don't know what we're going to do.
But then again, at the same time, it's really important that you secure oil fields, because then terrorist groups can take advantage of that. We saw that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, not in Iraq, but in and around Iraq.
Because I know, but in Iraq,
but it was already secure, bro. That's the thing.
I know, but it's like secure to what standard? To US standard or to KRG standard?
To the fact that ISIS is not selling them anymore.
I know, but that's the point.
SDF were already doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, like, there comes to a certain point that you have to take care of the stuff that you have to take care of yourself.
No, people need to take his words more seriously. He has openly said, maybe we'll get another chance at getting the oil. I posted a video of it. Maybe we'll get another chance. What does that mean? What kind of president says that? Yeah. We should have taken Iraq's oil. Maybe we'll get another chance. I think this is it. This is not another chance. And he believes that they deserve the oil because to the victors go the spoils.
But regardless, I think he's tainted his legacy.
I think he has as well.
Legacy.
I mean,
what's something?
He means at least to the Republicans.
Everything aside, now he has so much blood on his hands.
He's lost the military vote. Yeah. These people fought alongside YPG and valiantly love these people, and now they realize all of that's gone to shit.
Yeah.
All of that's gone to shit. That's why they hated Obama so much, because Obama left Mosul and then everything went to shit there. But this is even worse, because these are people who
This is abandoning.
They're straight up abandoning them. By the way, I don't know how you guys feel about this. I didn't agree with those civilians throwing rocks at those soldiers.
I think that was more symbolic than anything, because nothing's gonna happen
from
that.
But
they deserve it. I think
those soldiers deserve it.
No. It's symbolic.
That's the thing.
You're throwing at America. You're not throwing at those specific.
I get it.
Because there were posters as well. They were like, "Thank you, but tell your president to fuck off." Like
that's okay. Yeah.
Because that was the ultimate decision.
Because a lot of these soldiers do not want to go back.
They're following commands. I understand that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them were against the decision. But I don't think. I think it was more symbolic than anything else. Like these cars are bulletproof. They can take potatoes.
I think it was rocks.
Do you think Trump there are theories that he's doing all these things to take attention away from the impeachment thing.
See, that was what we were talking about before. I mean, it could be, and if he did, he done a hell of a good job, but he ruined the reputation of American foreign policy for good by doing that. Is that worth it? It's very selfish. It's a very selfish
He's
move.
displayed 300,000 people to
not only
take away attention from
he cares.
impeachment.
Yeah.
Once, like he
I don't
said,
think he knows better.
Once he said in a video, like he was talking about Iraq's oil again, and then the interviewer says, well, don't you think Iraqi people would disagree? He's like, there is no Iraq. And then the interviewer is like, what do you mean? He was like, there is no Iraq. It's so many factions. I don't think he sees them as people.
And the way he addresses it's borderline racist, I would say, because he keeps saying they have a lot of sand to play with, and like there's a lot of blood in their sand.
We haven't even got
what
sand.
The hell is that about?
No.
Yeah, that's the stereotype. He's just thinking, these people are just living in deserts.
He said that. He said they have a lot of sand to play with.
He literally said there's a lot of sand they can play with.
He said those people just like to fight. Like you and I, we like to go and have a beer, like and watch a baseball game. These people just go out to fight in spring.
You see, it brings you back to the fact that they call us third world people. This is the third world country. They put that label.
That's
on.
exactly what
like,
it is.
It's the oppressor that puts those labels on.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you're less than an American citizen, but they not all of them. I'm generalizing, but some of them do because that's what they've been fed.
That's what American exceptionalism is, and I thought a lot of people thought that Trump was against that, but he turned out to be the same as all the Republicans, even worse than Lindsey Graham.
Just an ignorant old man.
Yeah, I mean,
unstable.
Definitely unstable. I mean.
So what did you guys think of that picture I sent you of Kurdistan? So there was a tweet, if any of you are aware, that
Trump put the picture up as well.
Sure. Trump was said he's going to speak to Muslim Kobani, and then someone below commented a picture and said, "This is what Kurdistan. This is how we should pay back the Kurds," and then put like a Kurdistan in Florida. So like relocate all the Kurds to Florida.
Yeah.
The thing is, I love this land. I love Mawat. I love the mountains. The mountains have done a lot for us. But the fact that we're here, in and amongst these people who just want to bomb the shit out of us and all this stuff, is the reason that we're in this problem. Now, if we were far, like Israel was, and if we had some sort of sea, then maybe we'd have less problems.
I think even if we go there, people are still gonna try to
get in on
eradicate us there.
There's always been that.
Where is Kurdistan? I don't see Kurdistan. This is Florida. Why?
And let's talk about.
Are they Russian or Turkish?
There are close accents.
What accent is this? But let's talk about the boycotting that's been going on.
Oh, that is good. That is good. I can get on board.
It's been amazing and
double-edged sword.
overwhelming.
I've actually been checking. Yeah, true. We can talk about that in a second.
Yeah, let's get into
the thing is, I've actually been checking the barcodes.
Of course.
Everyone's been doing that.
Yeah.
I love some supermarkets are even taking their Turkish products off the shelves, and that's amazing.
That's the thing. The thing with that is bad for the businesses, the small businesses.
Yeah.
It is. They'll take a hit at first, but in the long run, they'll bring. I'm not gonna say they're gonna immediately bring Kurdish products in, but
that's what I was trying to say. We're not actually gonna start producing stuff. We're just gonna import from somewhere else.
Okay, that's fine. It's a start, but eventually we're gonna be inclined to do that. They did that for vegetables. You know how locally we make so much vegetables. Like for example, tomatoes. We even have enough to export outside.
Yeah.
But our own government would get it from other places for cheaper, so our farmers are not supported. And there's so much locals, like civilians, can do by boycotting stuff. What the government has to do is actually intervene and actually defend their own farmers and local business owners and all that stuff, and stop importing from outside.
Yeah.
You know what's also a problem? Boycotting Turkish products is easy when it's a product, but let's say when it's an organization or somewhere that you're not sure if they're Turkish, because we know that there are Kurds that live in Turkey.
Yeah.
So maybe a place is owned by Kurds from Turkey. It has a Turkish name maybe, but it's not actually Turkish.
That's true.
So now you're boycotting Kurdish things.
Yeah.
Under this
Give me an
umbrella.
example.
An example is a lot of places.
No, but she's right. There are hospitals, there are restaurants, there are like all kinds of places.
At least we have that train of thought.
People are actively thinking about it.
Actively not going
that's
to
what
Turkey
matters.
anymore.
Exactly.
Just go to Lebanon, right?
Go to Lebanon.
Do those Lebanese protests.
But we had people in the Lebanese protests shouting that they love Erdogan.
Yeah, I think that was just completely...
We should just boycott the whole world.
Yeah.
Actually, we have no friends.
No, but I've been to Lebanon recently, and just generally, I've talked to locals, like, Uber drivers, like people from
they like
restaurants, cafes. They all know, like, where Kurdistan, and specifically they know all about Slimani and Hawliya. They really like Kurds because
the Arab world tends to be very silent on Kurdish matters. But historically,
we are just jinn,
Yeah. Goes back to that. But enough of the depressing talk. Let's get on to something that has been taking over.
Into it.
Go on.
There's been a lot of like horrific like photos of fights, like the war that's been going on recently in Rojava. Yeah, and the demonstrations in Baghdad and all that stuff. Someone edited the Joker, like when he's running away from the cops from that one scene, and he's put him in inside the protest, and it looks very natural, and it works. It looks really beautiful, and we'll try to put that photo up as well.
Yeah.
And with the caption of "Is it just me or the world seems to be getting crazier out there?"
Yeah. It was in a really critical time. The movie came out.
It was, yeah.
But one thing I want to talk about on the subject of the Joker was the audience. The first time you went there.
The first time I went there, it was the first screening. It was great. Everyone there was an adult. Everyone was silent, watching the movie, paying attention.
You went in the evening, didn't you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Second time we went, it was full of kids.
That was the time we came as well.
Yeah. They were clapping, whistling. He was killing a person and they were clapping. There was something wrong there.
I don't mind you rooting for the bad guy, but don't disturb others while you're in the movies. And by the way, I cannot say this enough. To the people that take out their phones and take a photo or video of the screen, what are you doing? Like, really, what are you doing? When the hell are you gonna watch that again?
Yeah, I think they're snapping it, putting on their story.
Look, I'm watching the Joker.
Hey guys, I'm watching the Joker.
It ruins
like everyone else in Slimani. By the way, it turned out to be
it was most sold
tickets.
In Slimani?
Yeah, City Cinema. More than Avengers.
Yeah, more than
Avengers.
Avengers.
Of course, because this is a movie that everyone can watch.
Everyone knows the Joker.
Not only Avengers fans.
Yeah,
true.
And even people that don't know the Joker, they can just watch it. It's a standalone movie.
Yeah.
Don't you love how the Batman was not in this movie?
He was.
He was as a.
That doesn't even count.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
It's too late for that.
Spoilers.
It's brilliant though. What a performance!
The director said,
"Man like wax."
He's not going to be in any of the Joker movies that he's going to be directing. So I like that because.
What? What do you mean?
So he's not going to have any scene where the Batman and this Joker interact. That means he has other things in mind. So
to be honest, if you've watched Joaquin Phoenix movies, there have been better performances from him. That's why everyone's so hyped up about.
What's an example?
So Her was really good.
I mean, it's not a better performance.
I think it was a very good performance, man. Like.
Did you see someone?
My dude was crazy in this.
Did you see a review in which someone had written, "I'm so glad Joaquin is doing like this movie instead of wishy-washy movies like Her."
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. This is why Joaquin is so good. He plays totally different characters. It's ridiculous. Like total opposites.
By the way, have you seen his old late night shows and SNL?
Yeah.
For instance, he had one in which he was pretending to be this character who was gonna quit acting and stuff, and the whole time he was silent in the interview, and it reminded me of a comedian called Andy Kaufman, and we talked about that.
Yeah, I watched that.
And the whole Joker movie just I feel like it connects with those comedians who take the real life struggles, put them on stage, and people laugh at them. Andy Kaufman died from lung cancer. He would cough on stage and people would laugh. And
they think it's part of the act.
I don't know if it was or not.
They think it was.
Yeah, of course.
But you know what the thing was about Andy Kaufman that I noticed? He purposely tried to make people uncomfortable during his act. Like, you feel really uncomfortable when you're watching his stand-up.
I felt very uncomfortable watching the Joker.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
the laughing especially.
I liked it. I don't know. I liked it. I was rooting for this.
I mean, I didn't say I disliked
it.
I
Bashing
didn't.
these people's eyes. Heads in.
Oh, so you wanted to clap as well?
Like, no, I didn't want to clap, but I was like, I wouldn't do it myself, but he had to come.
Getting what they deserve.
He had to come, yeah.
But the thing
this
is,
is a movie.
there was also another comedian like called Lenny Bruce, really back in the day, and he died of a morphine overdose.
Yeah.
And like he was also one of those people that did like commentary in his comedy and like dark stuff, and you just start thinking about every comedian that goes on stage, and you're like, what if the sad stuff that they talk about are actually real?
It's always the most depressing, like the most messed up ones that.
Yeah.
It's funny how Andy Kaufman's surname was Kaufman.
Oh no!
I just thought about that. Like, he was coughing on stage, had lung cancer, died from lung cancer.
You saw the video in which he started like begging for money from people.
Was he? Oh, that was crazy, dude.
That was so good though, honestly.
Yeah. He was like anti-comedy, and then like, that was a long time ago. David Letterman was like really young.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so yeah, Joaquin himself
actually
kind of adapted that style as well, like in his comedy, and I think that's why he did so well in The Joker.
He did amazing. I mean, that guy can make you hate him if he wants to in a movie. Like, do you guys remember The Gladiator? That was it. Like, he was going like this, and I was like, I hope you die.
Wow, what a performance!
I feel like as well.
What
so
a performance!
Has piercing eyes.
Yeah. You can tell a lot from his eyes.
Yeah.
Like, I remember there was this one scene in The Joker where, spoiler alert, take it away for the next 10 seconds. He looks in, he's watching the Robert De Niro show, and then his childhood guy starts saying, taking the piss out of him.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where he actually changed the most. And there's so many points in that movie where you feel like he's changed. It was a really, really good movie.
And it's a very good movie because it tackles mental health like no other movie has ever done.
Exactly, and the fact that he stops taking his meds, and then you can see when he goes on the interview, you can see that manic, narcissistic personality kick in. Like, I'm sure like a psychiatrist could tell right away that the way he starts talking like sideways and like looking down, it's so perfect. It's so well
by psychiatrist, she means herself, right?
Not even a rapper.
That's true though. Like, you could really, his movement, and what was he doing to his body? Like his weight, his shoulder blades were like out of place, for God's sake.
How did he mess up?
He lost so much weight. He lost like 15 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, talk about investing in a character. Heath Ledger.
He died for his role.
He died for his role. There were people who said he even like cut his cheeks.
Maybe.
Yeah,
but you know, we ran that poll. Who's the better?
A very
Joker.
active poll as well.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was a pretty poll.
Not surprisingly, Heath Ledger won. I personally voted for.
But slightly,
slightly, yeah, by a very small margin.
It was like 47-53.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had added Heath as well, Jared Leto.
Oh my! Poor guy, man. You know why?
Guy?
Yes, poor guy.
Look,
he could have. He didn't get a chance to even perform.
There are people who take method acting so seriously, like Joaquin, let's say, or
Daniel Day-Lewis,
Heath, and they take it on themselves, right?
Sure.
What Jared Leto did, he took it out on other people. He was acting psychopathic with people.
No, yeah, sure. He was annoying. Yeah, okay, he was annoying, but that.
And he didn't even do well.
No, he didn't get a chance to. Dude, Rick Ross did it's called Purple Lamborghini. It's a song. I'm serious. He has more screen time in that song than the whole movie of Suicide Squad. I'm not exaggerating. Look that up.
I mean.
But then again, that means sorry.
So it's okay. Margot Robbie didn't have like the whole screen time as well, but she did amazing.
Yeah, but she had at least 20 minutes.
I guess, yeah.
Like this guy literally had 2.5
Talk about good actress, by the way. Margot Robbie's a very good actress.
Method acting. She took like skating classes, ice skating classes for like 6 months or something to play Tonya from I, Tonya, which is a great movie, by the way. Amazing movie.
Yeah. I like her.
I liked her in Wolf of Wall Street. I thought she was so good.
That's the first time I like.
Yeah, same actually, same. She was good in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as well.
She didn't do anything. She
just lifted her feet up like that.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
But then again, like that's the thing. Jared Leto didn't have much screen time, but Joker in The Dark Knight didn't have. Trust me, if you look at the film, it's a 3-hour film.
Yeah.
He's in like 40 minutes of it actually, but kills it. Kills every minute of it,
does.
right? But Joaquin Phoenix, he was like, you could hardly name scenes that he wasn't in. So this was built around Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger was a supporting actor, won Oscar for supporting actor, and deservedly. Imagine he wasn't even there to pick up his award.
Yeah, it was very
his
sad.
family had to do it for him.
I know. But
And I watched this interview. They asked him about how amazing this is. He's like, oh, it's amazing. Ever since I've done Brokeback Mountain, I met my wife and I have my kids now. And then you just realize this guy died like 2 weeks after.
yeah, it was.
It's ridiculous, man.
And just staying on the topic of the Joker, it's such an amazing. I think it's one of the best villains because how many depictions have we seen of the Joker? Like they keep making them, and we keep going back to see it because it's such a it's such an interesting character because people can resonate with him because he's human.
And also because in the comics he was never given a backstory, so people can just come up with whatever they want. Like he's been given so many, and we don't know which one of them is true.
Yeah.
Like even in the movie, like in The Dark Knight, he tells so many stories.
Yeah, he's changed the story like 3 times.
Yeah.
You know how I got these scars? I'm so bad at it.
Yeah, he was so good.
Brilliant.
All right, let's go home, man.
Yeah. Everyone, we're going to try being a lot more active, especially on social media. If you're not following us on Instagram and Twitter, we do a lot of daily polls and we're trying to interact with you all, get opinions. Like, for example, this poll we just done about Heath Ledger and Joker, we can talk about on the podcast. So these aren't just polls out of nowhere. These are talking points and hopefully we can discuss them, especially if we disagree with them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're going to try and... We've got a very good guest lined up. I want to confirm before it actually happens. Me and I will be doing that podcast. And check below for the phone number of Arez and the number and Instagram name of Beats in Sully, which is going to be on the 1st of November. We're probably going to be there as well, so you can catch us there. We'll have a good time together and hopefully, dress up. Not as a joke. I feel like everyone's going to be the Joker.
Everyone's going to be the Joker.
Everyone's going to be the Joker.
Because last movie when it came out, everyone was the Joker.
Yeah, exactly. Till then, thank you, Aya, for coming back on.
And
San.
for the Arez project, if you want to donate money, if you want to donate, like, it can be rice, tea, food, like clothes.
Food's very important.
Yeah, whatever it is, you can contribute and, like, contact the number and see how you can help. It's a really good project.
He's got a direct link with people in Rojava. Because this guy, we probably will have him on a podcast
He's
soon
a good
as well.
friend of ours.
He's a good friend of ours, but he's also very involved in other various places around the KRG. So he's got friends everywhere. He's got direct links with people who are in need. So it will really help those people and make you feel good about yourself as well. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a good day. Thank you for coming as well. Bye-bye.